What's going on, guys? It's Brandon, or Templar, and we're back on the Templars Collectibles YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a reflection on my first bulk submission to PSA. In that video, I was a little bit pessimistic about things. I wasn't having the best day, and it was my first submission ever, so I didn't quite know what I was looking for. And I realized after the fact I didn't quite know what I was doing when I was grading the cards myself ahead of time. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so for our first card, we've got my cousin's card here, and I'll actually be sending this off to him either tomorrow or the next day. It just depends on when I can get to the post office. But as you can see right here, this card is perfectly centered, and yes, I did put all these cards in team bags. Hopefully the reflection isn't too overbearing. It doesn't seem to be on my camera, but this card was mint. The moment he pulled this, I told him right after we were recording. We were doing a little opening ourselves. I was looking at it. If you guys saw the last video, you saw a little clip from that. But I was looking at this card when he pulled it, and I just knew this would grade a 10. I mean, I was dead on too. I mean, the centering is really, really nice. The surface was beautiful. All around, this is just a gorgeous card, and I haven't actually told him what he got. I don't think he's been watching my videos. If he has, then he already knows, but he hasn't said anything about it being a 10. So I'm thinking he's going to be super excited when he gets this card. Alright, let's look at another 10 here. Centering on the front, beautiful. And that was one of the problems I didn't know. I did know, but I didn't think to do it. Was to look at the back centering. Originally, that was one of my problems, and yeah, I got a little bit of here, just holding this plastic. But originally, that was one of my problems. Is I didn't look at the centering on the back. Let's skip through. Let's get to a card that's a 9. Here we go. Now, what I'm gonna assume was this one. It looks like the bottom is wider than the top on the front. That appears to be the issue, and otherwise I think this card would have been a 10. The back centering looks great. So I went over these cards after the video, and I had realized, I was like, man, I was so pessimistic. People are gonna see this video and comment on it, and they're gonna correct me, and I'm gonna look dumb. Then I was like, well, not many people watch my videos, so what's it gonna matter? And then that became my most viewed video, long form. I want to tell you guys thanks for all the support on that. Just anybody who watched it. 180 views on this channel is phenomenal on my long form. I mean, I've had a couple shorts to 1,000, 2,000 views, but when I saw that, I was really excited. And then I was like, people's first impression of me is going to be me complaining about grades. And there was 2 people who commented. Shout out to you guys. You guys were both right. This next card, I believe it was the centering, is why it got an 8. In fact, they commented, I believe, back centering, and I had seen that. You could look right at it after the fact. I didn't even look at the back of this card and think about the centering, or else I'd have been like, oh, that might get knocked a point. That is horrible. That is the most OC card ever. And so, in my head, I'm always like, oh, it's near mint. Yes, it is near mint if I was selling this on TCG Player, but these are going to PSA to get graded. It's 2 different standards entirely. Of course, there's very strict standards on TCG Player if you follow them like you're supposed to. But centering is not one of those things that you think about when you sell bulk cards and you sell Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I mean, if it's near mint, it's near mint. I look at the surface, I look at the edgeware, I look at the corners, any nicks or scratches or scuffing. And that's what determines how I normally grade my cards. So this completely slipped past my train of thought. And I was kind of having a little bit of a rough day. Life's stressful when you're young. We'll leave it at that. And this was just, I can't believe I missed that or even thought this should get a 10. Let's see. So The next card, Lucario V. I love Lucario. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite. And I want to say this was the same thing. Yeah, look at that atrocious centering at the bottom. And then it looks pushed down and to the left. Yeah. And then I'm imagining there's some corner wear or something here. I can't remember. I had found it. I had went over this. But that's why this card graded so low. Was yeah. So like it's hard to tell on the video. Look at this corner right here. And then look at that corner. You can see the difference. So it was corners. And this is probably why that grading note feature's become a little bit popular. So I talked to my buddy from the parts house. He's super into grading sports cards, and I told him what happened, and he sells tons of graded cards on eBay. And he pretty much immediately told me, like, yeah, centering, if there was a nick, that dinged it hard. You know, stuff that I knew but didn't really consider or just overlooked. Some of it I do, like the Ancient Meal, I do wonder if that happened when I was putting it in the card saver or something. I'll never really know. Got another 10 on Victini. This was a super clean card. You know, pretty good centering. Not perfect, but pretty good. I was just being super... Ooh. I don't know if I'm going to leave that in the video or not, but I just like almost knocked over my card cam, which is my phone recording in 4K. That was almost horrible. You guys probably just saw the screen like freaking freak out if I left that in. Oh my god. Okay, but here now we got Granbull V. This one got an 8. I want to say it was the same thing with centering. And, yep, you can see it's slightly pushed to the right. Looks like down and to the right. And then I'm assuming, again, there was a little bit of edge wear or some corner wear here. Yeah, a little bit of wear on the corners. And so stuff like this knocked this card down to an 8. The front centering wasn't too shabby. It wasn't great. Wasn't too shabby either. A little bit hard to tell with the full arts. Probably something I overlooked. Now, my daughter's first Pokemon card. I love this, but it got a 6. Sadly, I was really thinking this would do better, and I was really disappointed with this card, but I overlooked so much, and I was just in such a bad mood that day that I recorded the video. You got to try to stay more positive, be a little happier, less pessimistic about life. That's something everybody could learn, should learn. But just looking at this, nothing horribly wrong, and it's OC, super OC. And that's what I think killed the grade on this. And then I had seen some edge wear, I'm pretty sure, in the initial video. It's kind of hard to tell with the plastic on it, but little bits of edge wear. And those McDonald's packs were pretty rough to begin with. I mean, everybody knows if it's in a Happy Meal, it's probably seen better days. Then we got Mew with a 9. Honestly, let me see. I didn't look at this one too much because I was happy with it. That's something in there. Oh no, that's just like in the bag or on the bag. It could have been a little OC. This one's a little harder for me to tell. There might have been a little edge wear or something that I'm just not seeing. Overall, that was a beautiful card. Now, I think I mentioned it already in the video. It just depends on how I chop the videos up. I'm trying to get better at talking, guys. Just bear with me. You know, this is my first couple videos. Doing this YouTube stuff is not as easy as people think. I talked to my buddy at the parts house. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before in this video, but anyways, or the last one for that matter. But anyways, you know, he was telling me about how nicks and, you know, centering on the front and the back and all these different things could affect the card's grade. And I knew that, but I didn't know it that much. As you can see, the centering on this appears to be pushed downwards and to the right ever so slightly. I mean, it's slight. But then I had spotted, where is it? Was it on the back? And I think this was it, right there at the corner. That nick. That probably did it in, and that's probably what got this card a 6. If it didn't have that, it probably would have been an 8. And I guarantee there might be a little bit of surface issue I can't see. In fact, if you look right there on Mew, it looks like we might have caught something in the light, possibly. Really hard to tell with this card. It's super reflective and holographic. It's still a beautiful slab. I do wish it was an 8 or a 9 or a 10, but hey, what can you do? Now, this is the only card right here from the entire video that I am genuinely questioning. I mean, as you can see here, it's OC. It's pushed to the top and the left. And it looks like the centering on the back is actually pretty good. It's not horrible. But I know there was scuffing. Yeah, there, you could see some of it. There was scuffing on this card. And I'm shocked this got a 9, but I'm happy it got a 9. I'm not going to complain no more. Whatever. But this is where I do feel like maybe there was multiple people that graded the cards, and maybe sometimes the standard's a little bit loose here and there. No person's perfect, but I would have said that the surface, like this card, if I'd have sold it on TCG Player, I might would have sold this as lightly played. But I'm happy it got a 9. It probably didn't get the 10 because of surface issues, to be honest. That could have been what did it. Now let's check out another one. This card I did not expect to grade that high, but I was really hoping for an 8. But as you can see, it's slightly OC. It's very slightly. But what I think did this in was probably scratching on the holofoil. That would be my big thought. You can kind of see it here and there as I'm looking. There we go. Yeah, there's a good way to look at it. And so after looking these cards over, I was like, yeah, I was a little bit too, I don't know, we'll just say pessimistic. I in the description of that last video for my PSA return with these cards, I put the most pessimistic PSA return or something like that. And I was like, no one's going to read that either. And I was like, no one's going to see my videos. And people started to see my videos. Thank you guys for the support. I hope no one has a super bad impression of me off of that one video. As you can see, there's definitely, some of this could be in the team bag. Yeah. Some of this is on the team bag that we're seeing here, but some of this is in the card. I'm sure of it. I just don't feel like taking all these out of the team bags. Yeah, if you look back there, I got that new bookshelf. And at the very bottom, you can't see it because the way the lighting is in here, but I actually got this case off of Amazon. It's for graded cards. I thought it was super cool. So I can put all these slabs in there, regardless if I'm selling them or not. I'll put the slabs inside of there. That way I can keep them as safe as possible. That way they don't get cracked or nicked or chipped. And that's why they're also in the team bag, so they don't scratch each other while they're in the case. Even if it's PSA 6, I still got to take good care of it. Tyranitar, a 9. I'm pretty happy with this. I can't complain. That was a really cheap card, as many of these were. Here's another one. It was probably did really great on the surface, but it was, again, I think the centering on the front is what killed it. And then a little bit of corner or edge wear here and there. Just wasn't my day for this card. It's still beautiful. I mean, an 8, it's not really something everybody's going to want, but it's still a cool card. Same thing right here with Red Eyes Black Dragon. I knew this card would probably get a 9. I didn't expect the 8, but it was clearly OC. And some of this stuff's on the bag. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, the stuff on the bag is really making it hard for us to see what you're talking about there, Templar. What the hell? We got the 8 here on Mew, Rain's card. This was definitely centering problems that did this. Otherwise, I think it would have been a 9 or a 10. Still a beautiful card. It's her first graded card. I imagine she'll probably just keep it. Doesn't matter too much. We're just happy to have this stuff. It's fun. I don't ever collect anything. Everything gets sold. I keep doing that. See those 2 5-row boxes? Tons of cards in there. I got another one over here. Everything's just gets sold. I don't hardly collect anymore, so this is fun. I'm actually getting to keep some stuff, and some of this I'll let go and put on my Mercari if anybody wants it. Like this I might keep, I might sell, I don't know. It's kind of a channel relic now, pulling this from MJ Holdings. I feel like it was kind of cool. Like a $5 Dark Magician out of an MJ Holdings pack. Pretty rare, pretty rare. They're mystery packs. I think they do all sorts of other repackaged products, but the little mystery packs with like 20 cards and one rare card or whatever, and we pulled a Dark Magician. It's got to be one of the best pulls in history out of MJ Holdings. PSA 8, not bad. I'm happy with it. Now, here's one I could complain about all day long. My Charizard. I love this card. I really wish it got the 10, but I'm not going to probably get rid of this, so whatever. It's the centering on the back that definitely killed the grade. Otherwise, I think this card was perfect. It's just beautiful. I love this artwork. That Charizard right there up front, big and bold, looking angry, ready to fight. Beautiful card. I was a little disappointed it didn't get the 10. Still am, but can't complain. And last but not least, the 20 card bulk sub reflection video. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. PSA 10. QCR. Absolutely beautiful. I think this card's going for like $20 or something. I can't even remember. But this card is beautiful. It's probably about 60, 75, maybe more graded. The centering was good. The edges were good. The surface was very good. You can't really tell with the team bags. I'm so sorry, guys. I just didn't want to undo all these for the video. Anyways, I just wanted to come up here and talk about those cards. A little bit of reflection on the grading video. I definitely understand why some of the cards got the grades they did. And you know what? I'm coming back with another submission. We got a lot to open, like a ton of stuff to open back there. And I'm hoping we can pull out another 20, maybe put 30 cards in the next, submission to PSA. We've got Avatar: The Last Airbender, tons of Yu-Gi-Oh, tons of Pokemon. When the channel hits either like 1,000 or maybe like 1,500 subs, I don't know if we'll ever get there, but if we do, I've got some vintage Yu-Gi-Oh in the case. They're 2005 10s? Yeah, I believe so. Anyways, I got some vintage Yu-Gi-Oh I want to open, but I'm kind of waiting so more people are seeing the videos, because if it doesn't take off where more people can see it, I'd rather just resell the stuff. I mean, it's kind of like I don't have like the money to open $300 product for no reason. I'd rather do something really cool with it on video and maybe like give away some of the cards or do a big giveaway, with like a subscriber goal or something. I don't know. I'm still figuring this YouTube stuff out. But anyways, I figured out the grades. I know what I need to do now, and it's time we do another submission. Got to build that submission, start opening. I hope you guys will stay tuned for the next videos. I'm planning to put out a lot of videos, shorts, and do as much as I can. I'm going to aim for weekly videos, but there's no guarantee. It's hard to find time to record. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you guys at the next one. Peace.